E aí, gente! Hoje eu vou falar sobre 5 comidas que eu gosto muito aqui no Brasil. First things first, why am I going to be talking about food? It's because I love food, and primarily this channel is going to be about food. Why do I love food? Because I'm a fat ass. I graduated from culinary school. Do you guys know the school, Le Cordon Bleu? It's a worldwide, well-known school from France, and they have many different outlets out here in, well, not out here. Oh, I think there's one in São Paulo, but they have many locations in the world and very famous. And it's something that I'm very proud of. I'm learning about the foods here in Brazil. And it's something that has really sparked a fire inside of me, because I'm like, well, I'm here and it's a new culture and it's a new people and many new ingredients that I've never seen before. And so, or I have seen before, and they're using it in a different way. And that's pretty cool, right? I've worked in hotels, I've worked in private schools, and I've worked in wine bars, many different outlets as a chef. And it's a cool job. I love it because you get to eat. So I thought it would be a great idea to kick this video off with 5 foods that I think are amazing here in Brazil. Back in California, there's not a tremendous amount of Brazilian restaurants and Brazilian foods. So there's not a lot of common knowledge of things out here except the norms. So let's start off with talking about those things. So numero uno, and for good reason, numero uno, it's Guaraná Antarctica. It's gotta be Guaraná Antarctica, because the other ones that I've tried, like Quats and the brands, it's like the Pepsis and the RCs of Guaraná, but the one that I love the most, that has the best flavor, clean, fresh, is Antarctica. This is something that I've had in America, and even the first time that I came here in Brazil, is a drink that I fell in love with. It's perfect with like meat, it's perfect with a sandwich, it's perfect with chips, it's perfect. Wow, I totally got angry, huh? This is the Coke of Brazil, right? I guess the drink of drinks. And what I love about it, and it's so amazing, because in America there's not really a lot of Guaraná places. You can't just go to the supermarket and get a bottle of Guaraná or a can of Guaraná. You have to go to like a Brazilian restaurant or a import store, and so it's kind of hard. It's a little rare to find. You can find it, but it's a little rare. And so coming here in Brazil and having it every day, not every day, okay, but being able to get it whenever I want is an awesome feeling. What's cool and what's different for me is going to like a fast food restaurant, like McDonald's, and then they ask you what kind of drink do you want, and Guaraná is an option. So a Big Mac with Guaraná and some fries, so delicious. Oh my god, it's like it's so good. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna drink it right now. So, oh my god. Okay. So good. It doesn't get old. The flavor is so nice. It's bright. Yeah. Okay, Guaraná is the ish. Number 2, I don't have the food with me, but I can tell you about it. Is a feijoada. This is the national meal of Brazil. It's basically a black bean stew that is cooked, slow cooked, for a long time with pork products. It's a slow process and it has a lot of different ingredients in it. It has well, it depends on your recipe. I think everybody has their own special recipe, and from each region it kind of like changes, I think, because I've seen different recipes. Oh my goodness gracious, from each region I've seen it, the recipe is changed a little, like little tweaks. They put different kinds of pork products. I've seen, I mean, you have your like linguiça, which is like sausage, and like pork loins, and just like pieces of pork that are normally used here. But if you're lucky, you'll get like pork tendon, foot, ears, and kind of like the odd ends of the pork pieces within the stew, and it like kind of richens the broth of the beans. Already you have the starch kind of like mixing in the water, so the broth is already thick, and then you add in the pork, which is the fatty, gelatinous. Oh, it is so good, and I know why it is Brazilians' like national meal. It's gotta be because it sticks to the bones, man. It gives you a hearty meal. Like, you eat that and you have a lot of strength. Like, you can go and like do work now. But in reality, after you eat feijoada, like, you end up passing out. Like, it's such a heavy meal, but it's one of those like Sunday meals. Like, I feel like I would have it on a Sunday, on like a day off, and just kind of like, you eat it, you're with family, you have a good time, and you just take a nap. It's got sausage, it's got pork, it's got more pork, and it's got more pork. And so what can you ask more? I mean, what else can you ask for than that? It's a great dish. Number 3, and is an amazing food as well. It has to be pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. You gotta have that. It's not pão. It's pão. You have to say it with that little like nasally, like you gotta hold. I don't know how. It's not pão. Pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. It's actually pão. Pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. Pão de queijo is, in translation, pão de queijo is bread of cheese. Cheese bread, right? Which is, I mean, how can you go wrong? Now, what's cool about what they use here as for flour is that they use tapioca flour. And what's cool about that is it's a more glutinous, more rich. It has like a richer texture. And when you add the egg, well, it has egg in it as well too. But with all the ingredients that you usually use, you put. I've seen recipes that call for many different types of cheeses, right? But from what I've heard, you have to use queijo Minas, which is it's a region here in Brazil that it's famous for this cheese, right? But this cheese brings it that certain pão de queijo is a little ball, a mixture of the manioc flour with cheese, and it has egg in it to bind a little bit. So the problem with pão de queijo is that once you eat one, you can't stop. Like, we had it as an appetizer at one time at this restaurant, and it was a whole basket full of them. And I started eating one, and we're just talking, and I would just continually, you're just popping them in your mouth. By the time our entree came out, I was like, I'm done. Not really, I still ate. Pão de queijo it's good. It's super good. It's one of the things that I know that other countries have their cheese bread too, but dude, pão de queijo, whoo, man. And I love me some cheese. Pão de queijo. It is Cali Gringo approved. Number 4, tapioca. This one here is super interesting because I've never had it in the States. While living my whole life in the United States, I've yet to see it. When I first came to the Nordeste area, it was a typical breakfast meal that people would eat, commonly in snack shops or even on the street. Like you'd have ladies walking around with selling tapioca, and I'd be like, dude, I'm down. Tapioca is the starch that's rehydrated a little bit and it's passed through a colander. It's like a fluffy, pillowy flour that's slightly moist, ever so slightly moist, and then it's cooked on a like a fry pan and is perfectly shaped so that you can make the tapioca tortillas, I guess you can say. And as the tapioca heats, the starches start to adhere to each other, and it makes like this kind of like flour tortilla style, but it's more fluffy and chewy. And then they fill it with different kinds of fillings. You could put whatever you want in it. You could put bacon in it. You could put chicken in it. You could put cheese in it. Here people like to put cheese and coconut, I've seen. Coconut is huge here, by the way. It's basically a vessel so that you could put something inside of it and eat, like a tortilla. Like it's like like a piece of bread, right? Like you could just put something inside of it and eat, and it's a really quick and easy food to on the go. It's not very expensive. It's very practical, and you can do you can even make it sweet. I've seen people put Nutella, fruits, jams inside, and it's something that I actually put in my repertoire, my culinary repertoire, so that I can use later in certain dishes and certain meals. And it's a great delicious little snack here in Brazil. And number 5, the fetas that I've seen, that I've been inside of, they have like stands, like where you can get snacks, and it always has pastels, and they're like empanadas, right? They're like an egg roll, which they are actually. Fun fact, did you know that pastels are actually originated from China? When China came over, when they immigrated here, they brought over their types of foods, egg rolls, right? So Brazilians took that, assimilated into their culture, and it became Brazilian. Common ingredients or common recheios, fillings, are chicken and cheese, fish, palmito, which is a heart of palm. When you come down to really think about what a pastel is, it's a deep fried pocket of dough filled with whatever you want. How can you go wrong? So there you have it, the 5 foods that I've tried so far. Actually, I've tried a lot, but the 5 foods that I'm going to be sharing with you on this episode of Cali Gringo. Tell me, what are some of your favorite Brazilian foods that you've tried, either here in Brazil or out in the States or wherever you're from? Comment below and maybe I'll try it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and we'll see you on the next one here at Cali Gringo. Ate logo!